Hey guys, Tyler 2K here. Today we're going to take a look at the patch notes for Season 2 for Feng Wei. Um, Same thing, I'm finishing up Season 2 characters. I'm like, wait a second, I also got Feng up to Tekken God, so I'm like, okay, we'll tackle these ones first. I think he's the last one of the Tekken Gods that I have. So this will be it when it comes to my experience. Harong and Steve are going to be really, really poor. The machine motors are going to be fine, but like, man, I'm not looking forward to Steve and Harong. Hopefully by then, I don't know, maybe the new patch will come out. I don't have to worry about him so much. But yeah, let's go ahead and cover Feng. This is a cold read through. There's a couple of things I know. Like for instance, I know he's more like stance based character now. We're going to enter into stance, crouch dash a lot. Like CD2 is faster, so on and so forth. A lot of those kind of changes. But that's the extent of my knowledge, so this will be fairly cold nonetheless. If I make a mistake, please let me know the time code that said mistake. Otherwise, let's go ahead and jump into it. Season 2 Feng has received adjustments, slightly toned down the effectiveness of low-risk pokes, while expanding offensive options from Lingering Shadows. Lingering Shadows, I assume, is the crouch dash stance, because that's like all his things are crouch dash now. Season 1 related to Lingering Shadows had low effectiveness, resulting in few opportunities to utilize them effectively. So I assume that means like QCF 1, which used to be slower. QCF 2 was like a mix-up, but also would be a launcher. So all of them are slower options in general. The benefit of an option like CD1 is that it's an elbow or a shoulder attack, so you can't even low parry it. But okay. Also, Feng had a few moves that track opponents sidestepping to the left, forcing them to rely on fast, low-risk pokes to maintain pressure, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's just kind of his play style. I'm sure if you ever played against Feng or played as Feng before, you know that that's 100% sure. Okay, to address that, QCF1 is now faster, as talked about. This is now 18, so effectively invisible. Similarly, QCF2 is also now 18, and they're saying that on block, it's less risky. So it used to be minus 14, minus 12 now. That makes sense. And let's see, QCF1, is that still minus 14? Or is that worse? Okay, still 14. So character like, what do you call it? You know, do I have it programmed? Okay, do you have it programmed? There we go. Will be able to punish us fairly largely, but luckily not every character has a 14. Although in the next patch, the next DLC, that might change. Okay, additionally, more moves that allow transition into the stance. For instance, back 4 as shown. Back 4 on hit or block. Okay, yeah, I assume, yeah, you have to do 2. Like back 4, down forward. Yeah, I don't, that might be just an oversight. Unless it used to, maybe, no, there's no way in hell. New move, back 4-2 on hit or block has also been added, adding a 12-frame Punisher that transitions into Lingering Shadows, further expanding offensive toolkit. Which is true, back 4 is a 12-framer, but only +2 on hit. I know nowadays back 4 is now minus 10, so they force you to go into stance. Although when you do back 4-2 into stance, you're, instead of being +3, you're +8. So +8's a huge number, especially because like wall stand 4 is basically a free attempt to go for it. Also, I presume this still causes ass stun, but let's go ahead and confirm. Yeah, still ass stun +29, force 50-50, deep dash down 4-3 safe option, or sidestep 4 riskier launch option at that ass stun +29. Feng is probably one of the better characters when it comes to applying ass stun pressure, simply because he has the range and he has really safe move options as well. Okay, to address Feng's weaknesses against sidestep left, forward 4 has been adjusted to include tracking against leftward movement. Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting. I mean, forward 4 has always been like a really strong move anyway. Okay, so that clipped. Okay, so it loses to that way, but it does track to our right or their sidestep left. Okay, I mean, forward 4, like I talked about, super good option. Forward 4, obviously you can stay forward facing, but the strength of forward 4 is to end in BT, side sway away into wall stand 1 option. Also, a lot of really good space control, natural hit launcher, no counter required. And now it also tracks one side, his weak side. That's really, really strong. If someone gets overzealous with approaching you, you know, back sway into wall stand 3. Always on the table, because wall stand 3 as of like later seasons, Tekken 7 Season 3 was buffed for its additional range. Because, yeah, it used to be really bad range. Hopkick also really bad range. Hopkick still is pretty bad range, but Wall Stand 3 was adjusted some time ago. Additionally, following the overall balance adjustment in Season 2, Power Crush Fortum Stew is no longer Heat Engager. Okay, also it doesn't have that homing property on it either. So yeah, look at that, he can easily walk around us. So keep in mind, it's more than just the loss of, again, more than just the loss of the Heat Engager, it's also the homing property. Was a big nerf in in Tekken 8. But yeah, that is also a universal nerf. So instead, Wall Stand 1-3 is now a Heat Engager. So +7, let's see, outside of stance, +4 still. I assume this is not a launcher, but let's find out. Okay, no, not a launcher. Flop state, 443 guaranteed, shoulder guaranteed. In case you guys don't know, like 443 and shoulder only does 1 less point of damage, so you should typically always go for shoulder anyway. That's just a little tidbit for people who don't know. Okay, non-launching Wall Stand 1-3 on 13. Okay, change Heat Engager. Again, this is a universal nerf to all Heat Engagers that have Power Crush built into them. That's the same thing with Fang, so you can no longer go for Fortums 2, pop your meter, and then apply pressure afterwards. Now you just have the Power Crush property. This is especially bad because it's a high Power Crush, so of course if they hit you and then duck, they can launch you, so careful with that. Okay, fix an issue where certain inputs allowed moves to be performed while facing away from the opponent. Okay, so like you can maybe do the Power Crush like instantly the wrong direction. Maybe, I don't know, to be honest. Behavior of the opponent on hit has changed. Okay, so yeah, natural hit knockdown, so natural wall splat as well. Okay, makes sense. It used to be Heat Engager, so they got rid of that and instead have a little bit of longer wall splat distance built into it. I think that's fair. Wall Stand 1-3, now a Heat Engager. Same idea, I-13, duck the second hit, and then launch it, sort of thing. Although, I don't think you can test that, right? Yeah, okay. Well, whatever, you just duck and launch it. Wall Stand 1-2, I think is still only, like, plus, okay, yeah, see, it even jails too. But yeah, it's still only, like, yeah, -1 anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world to duck against. And then furthermore, yeah, no counter hit property there. And then because Wall Stand 1-3 is a Heat Engager, there's also no counter property on the Wall Stand 1-3 by definition. Okay, change. Oh, speaking of which, that's what I was just saying actually. Yeah, so they say they changed the property on hit, on counter hit. So yeah, it's going to cause the same little plus frame option regardless. Let's get the second hit. Yeah, that used to cause, like, hard knockdown, whereas, like, stomp would be guaranteed afterwards. So now it's a lot of pushback for a +4. Yeah, that's really far. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do at that range, huh? Okay, but yeah, that's a Heat Engager thing. That's not really singling out Fang specifically. There are a few exceptions, because, you know, Tekken's always full of exceptions, but that's not one of them. It's not a big deal. That's to be expected. Okay, back facing 2. Recovery speed or recovery time has been increased by 4 frames. So now instead of us being -13, we're now -4 or -9. Sorry. That's because this no longer has a Power Crush built into it. So while you still have the launching heat dash cancel off of BT2, that's the only property you have. You have the mid launcher. That's all it really has going for it. Heat Engager, you know, natural hit option. And then, of course, on block. Can I say BT? Okay, I can't say BT. You know, you still have that +5 heat dash cancel property built into it at the same time as well, so. Okay, adjust the behavior on grounded hit from heat dash cancel, making aerial combos possible. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is now a full launcher. I think it used to cause flop state maybe originally in Season 1. So same thing, 443 or shoulder afterwards, but no longer have to worry about it. As such, Power Crush is gone. And then furthermore, the damage has been reduced. So 20 damage rather than 27. And then also keep in mind with the new 40% damage scaling on your heat dash cancels, that's going to be a huge difference for the damage potential. So that is a really big deal. 7 points is massive. It's a lot of less, significantly less damage. Okay, back forward 2, brand new move. Add a new move, Lapping Waves. And then on hit or block can transition into Lingering Shadows, aka CD. Otherwise, we can transition into FC. Huh. Wow, that's a really awkward input. You have to really hold that shit. Kind of reminds me of Shaheen. Okay, now also, and this is something I didn't realize. So under heat mode, he has back 4, 3+4. And also, this is a natural hit wall splat. So this move actually is very good. So it also, I would imagine, has the open field 3+4 properties. So, okay, I don't know if it'll be plus 12, but let's find out. Oh, whoops. Let's find out. Oh, it is the plus 12. So I think the way around this, is to sidestep, if I remember correctly. Okay, maybe not that way, but I'm very confident I've seen that happen in tournament. Okay, or maybe not. Yeah. Maybe you can delay it. Oh, no, you can't delay that shit at all. But yeah, I mean, think about it, right? That's a open field 12-frame option that kind of rivals shoulder. Because we get the stomp after, right? Okay, so if we're open field, we don't get the 3+4 property. So I take it back. So we don't get BT3 guaranteed in this position. Although the pushback is significant. It puts him in that flop state where you can probably be close to the wall and it still will wall splat. So let's find out. Let me just do 2 jumps away. Meter pop. Okay, so we're left closer, but nothing guaranteed. And then if we do like 1 step away or 1 jump away. Okay, 1 jump away, we get the splat. Let's do 1 jump away and then just hold it for a second. Okay, well that's not really fair because he didn't follow us. I'll do 2 jumps and then I'll hold forward a little bit. Okay, yeah, see, the splatted pretty far away. And then furthermore, it's kind of like a heat engager, right? It didn't cost us meter. We're plus 12. There probably is frames for Jin and, Leroy and whomever to parry in this position, like, Clive. But everyone else probably can't because this would be an airborne attack. So you would need a strong, You would need a strong parry to reverse an option like this because it's overhead and a jumping attack. So against most the cast, it's probably a free attempt. Against other characters, not so much. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's try like a Power Crush or something like that. There's a good chance that maybe Power Crush beats it. And I'm just going to do generic 16. Of course, this almost certainly loses the back 4 too, and then he'd be left at -8. But still, let's find out. Okay, yeah, so Power Crush does win. And then furthermore, yeah, back 4-2 wins in that position. And it leaves him into an ass-stun state. I didn't realize that it did that. So what, CD2? What else would we have here? Does wall stand 4 work? Okay, wall stand 4 works. CD1? Okay, CD1 works. Looks like maybe CD2 looks like to be the best because it leaves you close to the opponent. Most damage. Close-ish. Okay, interesting. Can we even do like headbutt? Oh, a headbutt works too. Okay, never mind. Headbutt's probably the best thing there. We have a little bit worse frame data because you can see the parentheses states -9. But he is left closer to us, so we probably get like damage 3, fall of pressure, so on and so forth. Okay, yeah. Back 3 also can now shift into Lingering Shadows. That's a huge one. So, wow. Okay, so we lost the frame data. That's the big one here. So back 3 and running 3 used to be +6. And now it looks like back 3, even though they don't say the frame data, back 3 used to also be +6, if I remember correctly. So this is actually a nerf, but now instead, to get access to the +6, you shift into Lingering Shadow, the CD input, where you can add apply, CD1, if they go for a heat engager, CD2 if you think they're going to duck, or an option like CD4, which is like a completely free attempt to go for. The only thing of note is that on 11, because they're only +6. Technically, they can reverse wall stand 4, because that's 5 frames later. Top right corner, video number 3. But at the same time, you still have CD1. Headbutt can beat if they want to reverse, right? You can't reverse headbutt, shoulders, elbows, so on and so forth. So interesting. Or wall stand 3. Maybe you're technically airborne. Yeah, okay, maybe not. It looked like he wasn't airborne yet. Oh, okay, maybe he's airborne on the very last frame. Would be hard to say. Unfortunately, we're playing against Jin. Jin doesn't have a generic reversal, so we can't test that. Keep in mind, like, I think the idea also at back 3 is you can technically use this mid-combo as well. Damn, it's such an awkward input. Sorry. Let's see here. No, because, okay, well, maybe we won't get to it. I know, like, a lot of the combos here for Feng are kind of, like, silly, like this. So I know it's, like, 2. And then, we can do something in between. Oh, wall stand 3, that's what it is. And then we can still do it again. Like, little shit like that. Now, granted, that's our 3rd hit of our strong aerial tailspin, so the back 3 is going to have a bigger pushback. But in that position, we probably can still get heat dash cancel or something like that. Maybe, okay, 20 frame, never mind. That would be way too slow. But yeah, he has the weird, like, dancing structure now. It's, like, weirdly weird. Well, whatever. It gives him more carry, so I guess, fuck it. Okay, Shifting Clouds 2 can now transition to Lingering Shadow. Ooh, what the fuck is that? What? Okay, so that's an ass stun, so there's no fucking shot. This is a, yeah, +29 clean. That's a +29G. But they have to hold incoming. They don't have a choice. That's so fucking weird, though. I guess maybe... No, it'd probably be more valuable to force this Lingering Cloud mix-up again, because, headbutt. Or the shoulder, you have to block it. Option on low. I was trying to think, like, okay, maybe Shifting Cloud 2, FC, and then force, like, either FC down forward 1, sides to 4 CC option, or go all in with, like, full crush down forward 2. Some sort of option or idea like that. That's the only kind of thing I can immediately think of. But this is such a weird move to, like, buff. Because I don't know if I've ever seen this move, like, actually be applied. Typically, like, current meta dictates Shifting Cloud, double hit reversal, and then if you want to check it out, go for Parting 1, which is also a launcher, which is also -15 on block, though, of course. But that's typically the meta. Like, Kempo drop, Fish 2 for the Heat Engager, in which case the Kempo 2 is also a natural launcher. Or Parting Cloud entrance, go for the reversal, or chicken out and Parting Cloud 1 once again. Okay, Heat mode. So Heat Smash now transitions to a throw on hit. Yeah, we have now this, like, really dramatic animation. The big issue here is it no longer clean wall splats for a launcher. It will still cause a strong wall break, but you don't get a launcher anymore, which is huge because him and June both lost theirs, but, like, Harong, Yoshi, Jane, and Leo still have theirs. I don't know why they still have theirs. Blame Season 2. Hopefully that's something that gets nerfed. But as such, because it no longer causes launcher state, we're now dealing 55 damage rather than 48. And then let's see, on block, let's see if we still shift into Parting Cloud automatically. +12 into Parting, yeah. So similar idea, Parting Cloud 1+2 for overhead to beat Power Crush's Rage Arts, or Parting Cloud 4 if you want to do, like, a chipping low option. Just keep in mind, the Parting Cloud 4 beats Hop Kick, but it loses the Rage Art sort of thing. So just keep that in mind. You beat Hop Kick by 1 frame, but Power Crush, like fast Power Crushes, and then Rage Art will beat you in that position, simply because the Parting Cloud 4 is pretty slow. And then furthermore, does Parting Cloud 4 do anything on counter hit? I can't remember. Okay, little ass stun. Looks to be actually +14. Yes, it is. Okay, so there's some value to it, but again, if they have Rage, it's too risky to go for Parting 4. A lot of people will just do empty Parting Cloud, especially if you play against Jin, because they're worried about pairing the overhead option into like can launch punishment. But those are like fringe cases, so it's not really a big deal. Okay, or shifting cloud, sorry. Parting cloud, shifting cloud, same shit. Okay, shifting 3. Oh, thank God they finally buffed this. So instead of it being +3, it's now +6. I always hated that shit. Because, yeah, sometimes you're like, I want to go for a homing mid or a homing option. And then you get it out and it's either really slow, doesn't do anything, or the frame data it's on, it's dog shit. So from here, typically in like previous meta, you'd be forced to go for BT1 and then fish for the natural hit option, in which case shoulder is guaranteed. Because, of course, in Tekken 7, they made this natural hit rather than counter hit like it was in Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6. But still, like the BT or the shifting 3 was pretty bad, all things considered. And in that, there you go, you see even further. Shifting 3 just gives us the BT3 option afterwards. So it wasn't even that great. Okay, so now it looks like less pushback on block. Man, I don't know. We're left really close. We're left pretty far away still. Oh, look at that. See, the BT1, like, even though, wow. The BT1 in that spot missed. Okay, so I guess only by the wall now, shifting 3 into back turn 1 is actually a proper trap. And then furthermore, I would imagine this is non-clean down 3 range, right? Yeah, so, wow. That's rough. That's a buff? That's a buff, Namco? Okay, sure. Forward 4, adjusted tracking performance, more likely to make it such that it hits sidestep left. Yeah, that's nice. We talked about it already. Forward 4, easily one of Feng's best moves. Now even stronger now that it tracks to one side consistently. Okay, 1+2 and wall stand 1+2. Reduce distance between the opponent after successful parry. So 1+2 and wall stand 1+2 are punch sabakis. The punch sabakis them. Specifically guarantee shoulder afterwards. The issue with Sabaki in this game is Sabaki activates, I think, on frame 5 for Feng. It used to activate on frame like 2. So you have to get used to the frame data, which really sucks. And then shoulder guaranteed. Yeah, we're left way fucking closer now. We're left hella close. Furthermore, I guess at the same time, if you Sabaki, because we're that close, or if you're by the wall. I don't know, something like that. Okay. Back-facing opponent. Reduce distance to opponent on hit. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what we're just talking about. Similar situation. Basically, because we're now left closer, even if you're open field, I suppose you could always go for back 4, 3+4, even though you don't get anything follow-up afterwards. The same is true again. But although the back turn 1 into shoulders probably more damage than popping meter. Yeah, oh, I mean, okay, we get 35 damage rather than... Yeah, there might be something else I'm missing, though. I don't think he has a noteworthy 14. Well, definitely not that. Yeah, I mean, down forward 1, but no, I don't think he has anything else. I think, again, it's just either shoulder on 13 or back 4-2 slash back 3+4. I guess the same is true, though. I guess we could do back 4-2 into a mix-up if you don't want to pop your heat engager or pop meter or whatever. Instead, maybe. I don't know. That might be something I'm missing, but I think that's the idea to allow access for back 4 3+4 off of heat mode. Okay, 4-4-3 forward. Frame advantage has gone from +4 to +8. And then, +4 to +8 on both block and hit. Okay, that's kind of nice. So you don't have to worry about what type of parting cloud pressure you go for. Similar back turn 3 into hold forward. Can also transition. I would imagine the same is true, you know, when you meter pop sort of thing. Probably something to that effect. But yeah, +8 instead of +4. I mean, that's super nice for sure. Also, like I was trying to say, sorry, against like a grounded opponent, like let's say you meter pop shoulder. Okay, maybe the frame, I mean, minus 10, I don't know. It seems probably about even. I guess it's more of a standing block or standing hit sort of property change. Okay, heat mode 4 for 1 plus 2. Recovery time has increased. Oh, okay. So on block, we're now plus 12. So let's say you land shoulder open field, right? So you have full meter. Now in this spot, we go for full charge. Okay. Tricky timing, but I think we can still get it. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't say it's NC, but it's NC if it links. So yeah, that's technically 3 hits because it's scaled. But okay. Yeah, that's nice. So rather than getting, let's say, you know, open field blue palm, where, you know, the back one will guard break, or sorry, wall splat natural, you can now do a back 4 loop instead. Furthermore, you can always go similarly for back 4 2 into plus 8 mix up off a crouch dash, rather than feel the need to go for back 4 3 plus 4 right away, simply because open field it's not nearly as valuable as the plus 8 open field option instead. And keep in mind, both are guaranteed either way. It's just a back 4 3 plus 4 cost you meter. Okay, it costs you 5 seconds, which is a big deal, especially because you still burn a few more frames as you transition into back turn stance. Okay, crouch dash 1. Startup is now 18 rather than 22. That's completely invisible at 18 frames. That's way below 20 where it's usually considered kind of seeable. Reduce the distance to opponent on hit. Okay, yeah, we're left pretty close, so that's like easy down 4 range rather than have to commit to something like down like 3. High risker option. Furthermore, I imagine... Okay, now we are not clean range on QCF1 or sidestep 4. But I was curious if that was left that clean. But no, they purposely left you just outside of range, so you might have to micro step in. Okay, that's not even good enough either. Okay, interesting. Reduced attack hitbox, make it easier to evade a sidestep. Okay. I kind of feel like this kind of did track both ways last time. I mean, it's right there though, holy shit. Okay, so sidewalk right to evade it. Keep in mind, their sidewalk left is typically our weak side, but now we have better things to hold against that, including like forward 4, and now obviously QCF1 as well. Okay, so it does less damage. It's now worse on hit, so now it's plus 0 instead of plus 2. Kind of reminiscent of the headbutt nerf, the plus frame block property as well. Okay, behavior on counter has changed. So I think it costs like an ass stun. Oh no, plus 12 option. But we don't have anything at 12. Like, technically we have generic down 4, but I think that's too much pushback. Okay, no, it doesn't. But yeah, down 4 mix up, down 4 3 afterwards. Like, okay, no, they can escape that, but maybe I guess down 4 3 plus 4 instead. 23 option. Hey, you want to try stepping at this negative position? Hold this 4 slide 3 follow up. Behavior on landing on a down opponent has also changed. So my guess, it probably pushes them away. Ah, yeah, we got that new animation that we had seen similar to Bear. Where just, yeah, it knocks them the fuck away from you. That's hella pushback. Okay. Extend hit hurt box, leave instances or situations where it would whiff. Yeah, during this state, he would like low profile everything, including a lot of like mids. So yeah, you couldn't effectively hit him. Now it looks like he just probably high crushes and will not evade mids. Because yeah, he doesn't get, well, he doesn't seem to get nearly as low during the animation. Okay, QCF2, similar idea. 18 instead of 22. And then on block, as we've already seen, now minus 12 on block rather than minus 14. Hitbox has been extended downward to add variety to combos, so that's what we had seen earlier. Sorry, man, that's so awkward. So like in this combo, for instance, you know, we can link the CD2 after a second back forward 2 rep mid combo still. And then furthermore, QCF2 on natural now causes instant tornado spin launcher rather than give us like that big like class 1 launcher like that, like a neutral hop kick sort of thing. Or like class 2 is a little bit more accurate. Okay, wow, back forward 1 is gone. Now it's up back 1. Oh, wow. Input has changed. Now deals less damage, 20 damage to 25. And then on counter hit, use the launch, I presume, just knockdown now. Oh, ass stun, or like a flop state. So shoulder guaranteed, maybe 443. Okay, no. I don't think so. But shoulder at the bare minimum guaranteed here. Maybe... No, too far. I was curious. But yeah, so with it being up back instead of a back forward input now, first of all, you're not going to accidentally get back sway now, because back sway was one of those, oh, I'm backdashing, I jab you, and then all of a sudden like random back sway came out and you get blown up for it. And also, furthermore, you can now perform it at FC because you can now diagonal cancel it with an up back instead. So that is a big deal. Okay, heat mode 3+4. Recovery time has been reduced by 3 frames. Change behavior on aerial hit. Okay, so wow, it causes like the ground spike instantly, but as such, it now deals 43 damage instead of, 23 damage rather than 40. That's a big, big nerf. I've talked about that in the last couple of videos, how if the number ends with an odd value, they purposely go out of their way to nerf it mid-combo. If it ends with an even number, it's designed to be used outside of combos. So they're now saying, yeah, you better use it outside of combos, because now it's going to be harder to apply the bonus damage for the unscale. But now, also, furthermore, again, it causes now open field spike, which is nice. So 3 is guaranteed here. Similar idea. If we do this, probably also, yeah, still also causes spike. That's huge. That's super nice. Okay, down 4-3, getting nerfed finally. 17 damage instead of 21. Makes sense. Also, on block, it's now worse frame data. It's funny, like, -7 wasn't even... Okay, so remember how I said earlier Sabakis would activate earlier? Yeah, it's not even a big deal, because yeah, you can't do down 4-3 into 1+2 anymore. That trap doesn't work at all in Tekken 7. So now that they're saying -9, it's like, okay, your turn is truly up. They can mash out pretty much anything in this spot, and you're going to have to defend against it. Which makes sense, because like down 4-3, easily one of the best moves in the game. Instant spin launcher, safe on block, ground hitting, so it's a steel pedal effect. Super, super strong attack. Okay, back 4. Added 2 frames recovery, so now it's, instead of being +4, it's now +2. And then furthermore, it's also -10 on block. The idea being they want you to transition into the 50-50 or stance option. So they penalize you if you don't transition anymore. So keep in mind, like, technically without meter, you can always, I assume, duck jab to high as well to challenge it. Keep in mind, don't just do that willy-nilly, because, yeah, you leave yourself susceptible. I guess technically at -10, you're not, but you could get low parried if you're a little bit slow. Similar idea, back 3 no longer is plus... oh, that's hit. I'm saying, like, what? No, yeah, so no longer +6, so only running 3 is +6. So to get the +6 on back 3, you now have to transition into stance. And it looks like on natural hit, no longer causes knockdown. Instead, +6 or +8 if we transition into CD. That's a huge nerf, because back 3 was very, very strong. It was basically a faster running 3. And what's not to like about a faster running 3? That's also easier to do, right? So not only is this 20 frames plus like 5, let's say, this is just a clean 22. So you're always going to be faster mathematically here. Oh, this is a big nerf. I didn't know about this one. Up 4-3 is now 6 frames worse. So instead of us being -1, we're now -7. Remember what I said about down 4-3 going from -7 to -9? Not that big a deal in Tekken 8. Same idea. You can no longer do Sabaki trap at -7 because the Sabaki's too slow to parry incoming jabs. Similarly, his jab reversal is too slow also. So this means after this, you're going to have to duck jab the turn steal, back sway, sidestep 4 and pray. But realistically now after up 4-3, your turn's over. Which is good because up 4-3 by itself also guarantees the flop over 4 slide 3. And then also by the wall is naturally stronger as well, where it can lead to a launcher. So up 4-3 has been way too overtuned, considering when, up 4-3 is also your strong aerial tailspin state. And you can also link in long carry variations with strong aerial tailspin. So yeah, it made sense they had to nerf it. Wall stand 2 no longer causes wall stun. Ass stun instead. That's a huge nerf. Now, I assume it's still a counter launcher. Yeah, still a counter launcher, but you no longer get the benefit of like snake dashing into wall stand 2 by the wall, which was definitely overtuned. Keep in mind though, this ass stun state, minus 29, if you mash out, you're going to die. And I know me personally, when I see that animation, because I'm not used to it yet in Season 2, I'll accidentally hit a button thinking I want a tech roll, and then I'll get counter it, and then I'll be like, oh, well, I feel like an idiot. Okay, speaking of wall stand 2 being overtuned, snake dash can no longer guard. Yeah, that was a bad bug. So not only did you go under highs, some mids, you could low parry during the snake dash, and then furthermore, you can guard mids by holding back. So you would evade, you would low parry, and guard all in one single input. And then when you combine snake dashing with the strength like wall stand 2, yeah, it's kind of strong when you're by the wall, where you have to deal with wall sidestep 1+2, sidestep 4, 50-50, stuff like that by the wall constantly. To have to deal with a move that also, like movement, that would option select all your defensive options was really frustrating to go against. So thank God it had to get nerfed. Distance from the opponent has been reduced when the first hit connects. Okay, so basically his hell sweep can perform it as snake dash also. Snake dashing hell sweep, aka shotgun. For 1. Less pushback, so now it won't phantom whiff when the first hits. The second will not just die out. Up 4-3+4. And wall stand 1-2. Adjust behavior when the first hit connects on a down opponent, preventing the second hit from landing aerial combo. Oh, yeah, so they're talking about disrespect combos. So in certain scenarios, when you're by the wall, you can pick up with instant wall stand 1-2. Obviously, you can see I don't have the muscle memory for it. We can pick up for a small pickup. You'd wall splat them, and then once you got them to the wall, you down 4-3 to extend your combo. So disobey combos for Feng are gone. Okay, shifting 4. Reduce backward movement after the move. Okay, so maybe he used to like auto backdash. I can't remember, because I never would use parting 4, because a lot of people would low parry it or mash out and you just die when you go for this option. I learned my lesson really fast when playing Feng. Okay, BT4, or BT down 3, sorry. Alleviating the issue where the positional relationship with opponent becomes different when used near the wall. Okay, so that's probably one of those sometimes you would cross under the opponent bugs, and you no longer cross under them. So yeah, quality of life fix. Because yeah, it would suck when you would go for something that's launch punishable, of course, and then you wouldn't give it a combo afterwards because it would launch them the wrong way. Okay, buffed or nerfed? He's definitely different. I would say probably buffed. The question though is like, how buffed is he? Because yeah, a lot of his changes are revolving around new Season 2 sort of mechanics specifically. Wall stand 1-3 is a nice buff. That's a really nice buff for sure. Back turn 2 is pretty nice as well. Not super good, but it's still nice. Yeah, see, Season 2, I can't really judge these things. Heat smash is worse. Shifting 3 is better, but who cares? Forward tracking is good. Okay, I'd probably give Feng a half arrow up for his his changes. So like general, balance adjustments. He's a different character, but he's still really strong and really frustrating to fight against, especially when your opponent has heat mode and they're the Feng player. His Season 2 stuff is definitely spicier. Like back forward 2 is really frustrating to deal with. Not every character has a great answer against the options 2. The fact that a lot of his crouch dash options are now safer makes it such that even if you guess correctly, you're not even putting it into that great a position, because like a lot of characters don't have like not natural hit knockdown 12s. So like 12 is like a weird break point 13 is typically the point where people have major breakpoints. Like, for instance, Feng here can't knock you down at 10, 11, or 12, where he gets 1-3, best thing at +8, or 1-2-2 at +3, but most damage. 13 is where he gets his juice. Similar thing for Dragunov, similar thing for like a lot of these characters who don't have a wall splat until 13. And then if you do have a wall splat otherwise, usually it comes with major inherent risk otherwise. So yeah, I mean, the fact that, like, you know, CD2, things like that are -12 is really, really nice. Back forward 3+4 is such a great addition to his toolkit to have access to that. And again, furthermore, the fear of trying to meter pop to challenge you, like Power Crush, leaves you susceptible to back forward 2, which is a counter at knockdown for a small combo. It's really, 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 really good for sure. Now, the Heat Smash nerf does hurt. But let's see, other stuff. Like little quality of life change like that, stance, options, like they're really wanting to enter in CD. So while he's different, he's still really good. And then, yeah, these are... The up forward 3 is the worst nerf of these ones, but even that's not even that bad. Okay, Season 2 stuff, I'd probably give him also half arrow. So I'd give him half arrow for his general changes, and then for Season 2 juice, I'd also give him half arrow up. Back forward 3+4 is really strong. If he could perform back forward 3+4 outside of meter, though, to have a proper mid mix-up all the time, he would probably be like the best character in the game, I would imagine. But because it's only accessible outside of heat mode, right, you're only really looking for back 4-2 and back 4 solo, but again, back 4 solo is also punishable on block. So interesting dynamic that is there. A lot of his key carries aren't nerfed at all, so I mean, you gotta love that. But yeah, I would say for what he did lose, I think the changes to the character are worthy of at least half an arrow on both categories. So making him 1 arrow up out of 2 arrows total, aka 6 out of 8. Definitely buff for sure. Not as strong as certain other Season 2 buffs, but Feng also was already strong to begin with. So you're just making a strong character arguably even stronger, which is, I don't know, we'll see at EVO Japan how many Fangs we see. Okay, if I made a mistake, please let me know the time code to set mistake. Comments, questions, concerns, you try Twitch, Twitter. Please consider becoming a member. It's how I make my money on the channel. We will cover EVO Japan at least the first couple of days this weekend, and then I'll probably cover the finals day on Tuesday of next week. Other than that, if you want to see anything, same thing, leave a comment, let me know. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later all.